Hi everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome to another video. We're taking a break from having a look at a key this week. What I thought we'd do is I would show you how I adjust and maintain my keys that I have in my key collection. We use an interesting little gadget which we're going to be showing you in depth in this video. A little gadget called a dynamometer. So when you receive your key from Begali, you'll have opened up the cover of the box and you will have taken out all this stuff to reveal the key inside. But in amongst the bits of paperwork and some lovely bits and bobs that you get from the factory, you get this bag, and in this bag is a cleaning cloth and another piece of equipment that you will need for the maintenance and adjustment of your key. So this is the bag you get in with the key, and I think this bag is included in all of the keys, whether it be a straight key or a paddle or single paddle, whatever. And as I said, inside the key is inside the bag is your cleaning cloth, which helps to keep the key nice and clean if it cleans off finger marks and other things. And also this, which is a 0.03 millimeter feeler gauge, and the gap between the contacts is very much down to user preference. However, they recommend using 0.03 millimeters for the contact gap. So I will show you how we will adjust our contacts using this feeler gauge, but in a moment. But what we'll do first is show you how I clean my contacts. Now, somebody's literally just posted on Facebook on one of my posts that their contacts are sticking a little bit and perhaps missing the odd dit and da, and that can often be down to some dirt in the contacts itself. I strongly recommend using paper and no cleaning products whatsoever, nothing abrasive. The contacts are gold or silver, and by cleaning them with some abrasive material or cleaning fluid will certainly not do them any good and will lessen the life of the contacts and the key in general. So this is how I clean mine, as the British program Blue Peter used to say. Here's some I prepared earlier. Strips of normal, this is photocopy paper, that's all it is, photocopy paper. And what you do, if you've ever adjusted the spark gap on spark plugs, exactly the same method. So we insert the paper in between the contact and the adjustment gap post, and what we do is we slowly tighten the contact gap adjustment until the paper starts to drag. Right, okay, it's just starting to drag now, so you can see that it's so what we do is we just draw it out through and do that a few times, and we draw it out through, and you might get a line on the paper. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a line on the paper, and we just do that a few times just so we can ensure that the contacts are clean. So that's that side. I'll use a completely different piece of paper for the other side, and I'll do it the other way round. So insert the paper, tighten up the contact until it starts to drag. Not tight enough that it will rip the paper, but there we go. Just draw it through, leaves a little line on the paper like this. Just do it up, and then not quite, so there we go. So do it up and just draw the paper through, and that should be sufficient to clean the contacts on your key. So now we're down to the adjustment phase of the maintenance procedure on the key, And using the same method as we did with the paper, you use your feeler gauge, and all it is a very, very, very thin strip of metal, and we take it out of the packet, which is easier said than done if you've got fingers and thumbs the size of mine. As I say, very thin indeed. So what we do, I mean, I prefer to set my key up personally by feel, but this is the recommended method. So what we do is we undo the contact, insert the piece of metal between the contact and the arm, and we do up the contact until it starts to drag. Not tight enough that you cannot pull. There we go, it's just starting to drag. That's it there. So that's that side, and now I'll do the other side. Open up the contact, put the feeler gauge in between, and tighten it up until the feeler gauge drags against. Drags. So if you pulled the feeler gauge out, it would stay there. But it's yeah, that's fine. So that's the contact gaps. The next phase is to adjust the return by using the magnets, or on some keys by using the springs, and we'll go on to that next, and that's where this little toy comes in. This is a dynamometer. A dynamometer measures force, and they're about 30 to 40 pounds, and you can get them on eBay, and these are fantastic for setting up the keys. I like my keys to be adjusted to anywhere between 20 and 30 grams, and they work by applying force to this arm, and then you can see, and it works both ways, so it's good for both sides of the key itself. So I'll plug the key into the radio. I've turned off the transmitter, and we'll just use the side tone to give us an indication of when we're at the right tension. So we'll go over to the radio now. Okay, so the way this works is I've got the radio, and I'll turn up the audio, and you can hear the audio side tone. So the way it works is, I'm hoping you can see this on the screen. We apply pressure to one side, and one side only, and wait and hear the side tone. When the side tone kicks in, and that'll give you a reading on the dynamometer. So that's about 30 grams. So I will back off the magnet, that's about 24 grams. And what I'll do is I'll set each one to 20 grams. It's 22 grams. There you go, 20 grams. We'll do the same on the other side. So this one is set to 40, so we'll just wind the magnet right out. As you can see, that's come right down to 23 grams now. So what we'll do is we'll just wind it back a little bit at a time until 22 grams. There we go, 20 grams, give or take. So that's how you use a dynamometer, and from then on, what I'll do is turn the speed up a little bit, and there you go. So just in case you were wondering what those little bits of metal were doing in the box, now you know. I've got a few more videos to make. I've gone through all of my keys I've had a couple of offers from some friends of mine who are Begali owners as to whether I wanted to do a review on their keys, which I will do. But up there on the shelf, you can't see it, slightly out of shot, I do have a Begali Pearl and a Begali Traveller, which I'll be reviewing in later videos, and those are supplied courtesy of Bruna and Piero at the Begali factory. They don't belong to me, but that may change at some point in the future. So keep watching. Why don't you subscribe, like and click the notification bell to be notified when there are more videos available from me, and they'll be released every Friday at 7 p.m. UTC, I think, or was it? No, 7 p.m. GMT. I'm releasing them local time, GMT. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you on the bands. Take care. Bye bye.